up, everyone? Welcome to Bench. We are the Tovar Brothers. Wednesday, September 27, 2023. Second to last show in September.
Wow.
As we head into October next week, episode number 32. Angel, what you got?
Famous ones. Classic Hall of Fame numbers.
Bring it.
Marcus Allen.
Oh, yeah. Wow.
Franco Harris.
Franco Harris.
Jim Brown.
Oh, the GOAT.
And then this one.
R.I.P. Jim Brown.
Yeah, R.I.P. Jim Brown. This one's a little controversial. O.J. Simpson.
Okay, you definitely did it.
And Edgerrin James. That's all the ones I have. I don't know,
Edge.
Modern guys, I don't really think it's a popular number anymore.
Tyrann Mathieu.
Tyrann Mathieu, yep.
I can't think of anyone else.
Is it Michael Carter on the...
Michael Carter, wow, deep.
That's about... But, I mean, headline by Marcus Allen, Franco Harris, and Jim Brown. One of the top three players of all time, Jim Brown, so...
Yeah. It is episode number 32. We are all done now with week number 3. It was a wild week. We had a great Monday night slate of games, but it's now Wednesday, and we're getting ready for tomorrow night to start week number 4.
Wow.
And it's going to be a good one.
Yeah, this is a battle of the NFC North.
Oh.
I mean, the lead between 0-3 Vikings and Bears and 2-1 Packers and Lions is pretty substantial. This is going to be who owns the division for the time being.
Yeah, stay tuned. At the end of the show, we'll get into the last thing that we do. We'll do a Thursday night preview. Looking forward to that game. Very, very excited about that. On today's episode, though, we get to Angel's Heavenly Top 10 version 3.0?
4.0.
Are we at 4.0 already? Jeez.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, we did one.
4.0.
4.0. Angels Heavenly 10. And
brought to you by nobody.
we had brought to you by no one. We had a lot of games this weekend that were
interesting games. A lot of.
I literally would watch the game and think, how is he going to reconcile this on his list?
Either like a blowout.
This is not an easy one.
Yeah, it's a really tough one to rank here. This was the toughest one by far to rank.
Not only that, we'll update the latest news and notes from around the league. A lot going on, and like I said, preview Thursday night's game. It should be a good game. If you're watching on YouTube, thank you so much for all of you who join us here and stick with the show and grow with the show because we is growing. Mm-hmm. We are working on a new studio.
Yeah, thank you. Well,
yeah.
That's it. Yeah,
I bring that up because we need some help naming it. What are we going to call the new studio? It's going to be our home for the foreseeable future.
Literally in the works right now.
Literally in the works.
Yeah.
I spent most of my day Saturday working on it.
I spent most of my time supporting Joey.
Yes.
Working on it.
Yes, getting pictures from me of the work I've done.
Looks great. Unpause my game now.
Yeah. And honestly, that's all I need. I enjoy doing that stuff. Like
I enjoy that you enjoy that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like I enjoy that you do the work.
And I don't even want you there because you're going to be complaining the whole time. So I'd rather just you stay home.
This is why we have a podcast.
That's why we work.
Yeah.
Very excited about that. If you have an idea for what we should call our new studio and what we should, what's the name of our home for the foreseeable future, drop it in the comments, send us a DM, whatever. But very excited about that. To move out of my bedroom because that's where we film right now. And that's inconvenient.
Never mind.
Nope, not doing that.
Your wife would kill me if I said that.
Don't do it. Anyways, that's here on YouTube. If you're listening on Apple, Spotify, you're not going to see any of it anyway. So I guess it don't matter too much.
But still, if you're creative and want to send us something.
Yeah, I'll put a poll up. Or I'll put a question answer thing.
Yeah.
You could drop it there if you're listening on Apple or Spotify. Thank you for doing that, or wherever you listen. Thank you for listening. Go ahead and leave a review if you like the show and share it with a friend. Please share the show with people you know who love the NFL. We all have those buddies who just like to talk football.
Yeah,
that's all we are.
We were at one of those parties.
We went to a party last night
and
watching
a lot of football talk.
A lot of football talk. Guys talking very loudly.
Maybe too much football talk because sometimes you talk too much. And
you know what I think it might have been? I think it was a bunch of guys who don't get a chance ever just to talk football.
Bunch of like dads.
Maybe dads or just married guys or single guys who just don't get a chance to sit down and talk football with someone. And they had a lot to say. Football talk is always fun. So
it's exciting.
But that's what we do here. Just a couple of Angelinos in the heart of LA. Not really, but kind of.
LA County.
Talking NFL football. Also follow the show between the show because the NFL does not stop on Instagram, X, and TikTok. Search at Bench Show. And we got a lot of stuff going up there as well. Okay, let's get into it. Let's get into the show. We got some news. Before we get into news, 'tis the season. We're going to give us a little Taylor Swift, Travis Kelce update.
Wow,
And listen, we're not going to do this every day,
Thank
but
God.
I mean, this is this is what I wanted to say today. If this was just a giant PR ploy,
It's working.
God, it's working.
Yeah.
It is working.
Yeah.
It came out that after Taylor Swift's appearance on the Chiefs-Bears game, which was a record-breaking viewership, by the way, and it was a 41-10 blowout.
Yeah.
But after that game, Travis Kelce saw nearly 400% growth in his jersey sales
Sheesh.
per TMZ Sports.
So,
So
a lot
of people making a lot of money.
of women buying extra small jerseys.
Travis Kelce's jersey was a top 5 seller among NFL players. Fanatics, the popular website to buy NFL merch and all sports merch, not a sponsor, but
No.
wouldn't mind that.
Maybe one day.
Yesterday, Travis Kelce was one of the top 5 selling players and nearly saw 400%, what we just said. So they confirmed it, basically.
Yeah.
Also, I thought it was really funny, Sleeper tweeted, and they said, we can also confirm trades including Travis Kelce are on the rise as well. So this Travis Kelce stock is just flying
It's
up.
crazy.
So whether this is real or not, hey.
Look, it's working. It's making them money. And Travis is getting he's getting hate from the Taylor Swift. What do you call Swifties?
Yeah, I mean,
Because
they don't get it, but
that's crazy.
That's fine.
Like, this guy's a stud. He's a Hall of Fame tight end.
Yeah.
He's a good-looking dude. He's popular.
Right. But if you went to a Taylor Swift fan and tried to explain, like you did, how great Jason Kelce or Travis Kelce was, they would just start naming Taylor Swift accolades that you don't care about.
Like, here's what I'll say. As good as Taylor Swift is at her job, Travis Kelce is as good as his. Like,
Yeah, I'm glad a lot of Taylor Swift fans don't follow our show, or else they would be all over that comment.
whatever, dude. Like, I'm just saying, like, don't
It's
sleep
just-
on my
it's
boy
just
Travis
two
Kelce.
fan bases that couldn't be more different.
I wonder if streaming went up for Taylor Swift. Maybe a lot of more guys. Maybe on Sunday you'll see a lot of guys playing Taylor Swift music or something. Like tailgating in Chiefs Stadium. Like Chiefs
I guess
fans.
so. Yeah, I guess
Chiefs fans are probably like, yeah, do something Taylor Swift related.
But that's just interesting there. I actually have more on that, but I'm not going to go into their first date and all that.
No, I don't.
Yeah,
Just know that they're.
it's crazy that people have insight into that stuff. That's a little bit of a violation to me.
It's just I don't know.
But yeah, that's your Travis Kelce, Taylor Swift update.
Hopefully this will be at a minimum.
Now let's get into the real news. As usual, the news is brought to you by 818 Brewing. If you're in the LA area, we have the perfect spot for you and your crew to watch the next game. 818 Brewing has the perfect tasting room to get together with your buddies, grab a drink, and enjoy the game, possibly a Thursday night football game.
Mm-hmm.
Their selection of beer includes something for everyone and is all brewed on site. Stop by 818 Brewing at 8953 DeSoto Ave in Canoga Park, and we will see you there. Hopefully see you soon. Okay, let's get into the news here. And in week 4, we will see the battle of the 0-3s. There are 4 0-3 teams left, and all 4 of them play each other this weekend. Obviously, we can go the negative route, but let's go the positive route here. Let's cut this number in half.
Someone's gonna win.
We're gonna 2 of these guys are gonna win.
It's like
Let's cut this number in half.
Yeah.
And next week we only have 2 0-4s. Unfortunately, next week there'll be 2 teams feeling very bad about themselves.
And 2 teams like, you know what? We can turn this around.
Okay, let me start there. Okay, so the 4 teams are the Vikings and the Panthers. They'll play each other.
Let's not pick them.
And the Broncos and the Bears, they'll play each other.
Yeah.
Of those 4 teams, who do you see turning this around realistically? I think the answer is kind of clear.
It's the clearest, most talented. It's the Minnesota Vikings.
Yeah.
They lost by close games like they always do. They play these games this year and last year very, very close. Ends up being a fourth quarter battle, and they've been on the losing side 3 times. I think they're going to turn this around. I'm not worried about them.
So what's interesting here is this is now the stage is set for the race to Caleb Williams, Drake May.
Yes.
Obviously, possibly Marvin Harrison with the wide receiver market nowadays. But
I just had a great idea. Sorry.
Yeah. So obviously the Vikings, we think they're not going to be in the actual running for Caleb Williams.
They'll be fine.
Panthers, Bears, and Broncos. Okay, those are all teams. Panthers don't need a quarterback. Bears and Broncos are interesting.
Real quick, do the Panthers have their first round pick?
I don't know. I believe they would. They haven't traded for anyone.
Was
big
that part
recently.
of the deal for TJ Moore?
There's no way they traded DJ Moore and a first round pick. There's no way they did that.
Oh. Well, I'm just saying, in case they do, Marvin Harrison Jr. to the Panthers would be very nice.
That'd be fantastic.
Yes.
But if they get the number 1 overall pick and they still believe in Bryce Young, that's a very valuable asset.
Sheesh. God, you tested really fast.
Broncos and Bears. Bears could possibly be looking for it. We spoke about that on our Ball Don't Lie segment on Monday's show. If you haven't watched that, please go watch it.
Yeah, Ball Don't Lie.
I'll leave a link below. And but the Bears could possibly be in the market for a quarterback. Broncos. Are your boys going to draft Caleb Williams? Is Caleb Williams going to the Mile High City?
That'd be a dream come true.
Holy crap. You just thought about that.
No, I was thinking about the other thing. I was thinking about Marvin Harrison Jr. to the Carolina Panthers.
Yeah, but let me brighten your day because you've been getting Angels and Broncos fan, as many of you know.
Oh, man, yeah.
You've been getting nonstop pity. Not even trash talk.
Yeah. Okay, so like we said, we went to this party to watch the Monday night game, and every time they found out I was a Bronco fan, like, oof. Oh, I'm sorry, man. And there's nothing to say to that. You just sit there like, it's okay.
You'd rather be trash talked.
And then, like, my close friends and the people who know me impersonally send me memes and tweets or whatever. It's like, I don't know what to say because it's a 70-point game is indefensible.
It's like the tone of your dog died. That's what you're getting. Right?
Yeah. Like, oh, dude.
We're really sorry for you.
And it's just like, this is the worst feeling in the world.
Yeah.
And it makes you question, like, am I going to stay a Bronco fan? Answer is hell yeah. But this is tough times in Broncos Nation.
We're not picking games today, but I'm going to pick the Broncos just because they deserve a win after just getting smacked.
I'm tired of picking the Broncos, but I have to.
Yeah.
Well, we'll get to there on Friday's show, but yeah. It's,
side note, I don't think we'll be getting any more bad mouth. How am I going to try to say it? I can't say it right now. I don't think Sean Payton will be bad mouthing any more coaching.
I don't think he'll be calling anyone else the worst coaching thing of all time.
Nope. I think when you give up 70 a month after you say that, it's not a good look. Let's move on here to a story that I am very, very intrigued with, and we're calling it the Mac Jones Squeezegate. Now, if you are not paying attention to the NFL, Mac Jones is possibly going to be facing a fine here because he's accused of reaching down into the private section, the no-no square, if you will, of Mr. Sauce Gardner and squeezing his sauce.
Trying to grab some sauce. Trying to get some...
Nope. This is a dangerous one for you.
You know what I'm trying to say.
Patriots quarterback Mac Jones could get fined, but not expected to be suspended for allegedly grabbing, and I quote, private parts.
This is his
of the Jets cornerback Sauce Gardner on Sunday. Is Mac Jones a dirty player?
Yeah, he probably is.
He's a dirty boy, but is he a dirty player?
I mean, does he have a history of kicking people in like the nads?
Yikes!
Yeah, I mean, I hate it. That's his rep because I like him as a quarterback, but
it's just bad luck.
It's a bad look, both visually and on paper.
Yeah, if you wanna just take the heart of someone, I like Josh Allen's what he did to Jalen Ramsey last year in the opener.
Teabagged.
He literally fell on top of him and just started giving it to him in the face mask.
Yeah.
I think that's the way to go.
What? That's justified?
I think that's what you should do. But yeah, if you've seen the video too, he definitely did it.
It's just
he 100% did it.
Just grabbing a pair and give him a squeeze.
Yeah, Mac's a little frustrated there. He should get fined. Honestly, that's just off limits.
That's probably just out of.
I guess don't suspend them.
Just to not justify, but whatever. Like that's just out of pure frustration. That game was ugly. 15-10. Jets. Patriots.
What's worse, a player throwing a punch or a player punching your nuts?
As a guy, you'd be punching the face.
No, what should be more penalized in the NFL?
A punch, yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I don't know. I have more respect for the guy who punches me in the face than...
No, I'm saying, like, if I was a guy, I'd rather pick punch me in the face rather than touch anywhere down there.
That's what I'm saying. I have more respect for the guy who punches me in the face than punches me in the nuts.
Yeah, it's a storyline, and it sucked that that's his storyline, but they won, and so I guess I don't know.
If you don't know what to watch here coming up this week, I know exactly what you need to watch, because tonight, I forgot what network they're on, but Adrian Peterson will make his debut on
Wednesday night.
Dancing with the Stars. Sorry, Wednesday night. So if it's Thursday, you missed it last night. Maybe you watched it. But AP made his debut on Dance with the Stars. We'll see how it goes. Okay, so it's tonight. We record Wednesday. So it's tonight, but people don't hear the show until...
It's Tuesday. We record Tuesday for Wednesday show. I'm completely lost right now.
Okay. AP makes his debut tonight on Tuesday night.
Gotcha. Okay, there we go. Okay.
Show's released Wednesday morning. I was saying the wrong days.
Anyway,
AP on Dancing with the Stars. You into it?
No.
Yeah, I just think this is weird.
I don't think he has any rhythm. We all watched him play. He's just kind of a
I don't think anyone has looked good doing it since Victor Cruz.
Jacoby Jones actually.
Nope.
Didn't he win it or he got far in
It
it?
doesn't matter. Jacoby Jones. He's not an actual star. Victor
Sheesh.
Cruz did it, and like he had the salsa dance touchdown celebration thing, so it worked.
Yeah.
And then every player has tried it, and just it's not what you think it is. Honestly, it's just okay, he's actually done. He actually doesn't know what to do with himself, so he's dancing.
Dancing with the stars.
So he's dancing with the stars,
Uh,
or he's the star.
Who would you, out of active players, who would you want to see?
If I had to, oh man, it's a good question. I'd probably want to see Travis Kelce.
As if they need more.
He will one
publicity.
day be on Dancing with the Stars.
Him
Absolutely.
and his brother. Him and Jason.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I'd want to see Travis Kelce. I'd want to see, who would be good? Who would you want to see? Joe Burrow. Kind of has that mysterious.
For the ladies, go put Jimmy G out there. I'm sure every woman would tune
they
in.
love Jimmy G. Yeah. He would look
Yeah.
fantastic.
You know who should do it? I know he's retired now. Tom Brady, go do it, man.
Nah, Tom Brady's above that.
I think that'd be fun for him.
I don't want to see that.
Or Julian Edelman.
I can see that.
No, you know what? Has Gronk done it?
Gronk needs to do it.
Gronk could be great.
Gronk needs to
Gronk
do
could
it.
be like
Because it's so counter what everyone thinks he is. Just,
Yeah.
I'm Gronk. Well, then go show some incredible feat.
he's a great athlete.
I like it.
Yeah.
Moving on here, and this is something I want you to let me cook here for a little bit.
Okay.
Okay, tush
stand
push gate. Okay,
Oh,
so for about
God.
a year and a half, 2 years, the Eagles have been running this play. It's basically called the quarterback sneak. It's been run for freaking years and years.
beating their time.
They just basically took the quarterback sneak and added just a rugby scrum at the end of it.
Isn't that famous play of Bart Starr and Super Bowl I, quarterback sneaking up the middle? Remember that?
Sure, there is. But,
Yes.
It works. It works almost every single time.
Yeah.
And that's because of the offensive line. That's because Jalen Hurts is a crazy athlete who benches 600 pounds.
Mm-hmm.
It's for a lot of different reasons. But people don't like it. Fans don't like it because it's so successful and they can't stop it. We saw it in the Super Bowl a lot, and we saw it last night maybe 5 or 6 times.
A lot.
Or Monday night's game. Diana Rossini, and I don't typically go on Diana Rossini because I think she's picked on a lot, but she tweeted, should there be a limited number of tush pushes per game?
So how do you qualify that? Because is a tush push when there's like 4 guys behind the line, or is it 2 guys, or how do you have to call it, hey, this is our tush push play? I know we don't pick on her, but that's a stupid idea.
Yeah, it's a stupid idea, and when you have to think that hard about how you're going to regulate it, just leave it alone. It's a football play. It's just because it's literally the only reason that I've seen that people want to cancel it is because how successful it is. But that's not a good reason to cancel someone in the football field.
Yeah.
I like how Jason Kelce came and said, well, Travis Kelce and Mahomes are unstoppable in a 2-minute drill. Should we limit that? Should we limit, the play calling of Mike Shanahan? Should we limit screens if people can't stop them? Should we? There's so many things you can limit because they're successful.
Kyle Shanahan.
Yeah, Kyle Shanahan.
Yeah.
And but there's no reason you should limit this. It's a football play. It's a strength play. It's a manly play. It's go stop it. And last night Vita Vea couldn't stop it. So good luck with that. But sorry.
I mean, sorry for the language. Stop bitching about this.
It really is.
Stop it then. If it's so bad, then why don't you stop it?
Yeah, and it's honestly one of those things just because no one else can do it as
Yeah.
well as them.
If it's legal and it's not in the rule book that you can't do it, then it should be allowed. The
Eagles
Patriots did that little run play to block the kick. I didn't see anyone up in arms about that.
Nope.
Because it worked.
Nope.
So what's the difference?
Yeah.
That's
so let's let that go and stop complaining about that. Let's move on here to the New York Jets, and they have a legend who's speaking out now in frustration against
the Jets legend.
The Jets legend, Broadway Joe is fed up. He says that he is disgusted by Wilson's play. He also says there's simply nothing positive from the Patriots game from Wilson. Of course, he's speaking of the Jets-Patriots game this last Sunday, in which they lost again.
I can tell you every guy in a New York bar thinks the exact same way. So this isn't even like shocking or surprising or
Yeah.
it's just true. He's not playing well. And he's a legend. and he's a man of the people, and big New York Jet fan. He's just saying, no, this sucks. We suck with Zach Wilson.
It just must be such a frustrating thing for everyone in the entire city wanting your organization to do one thing: go get another quarterback, and you just refuse to do it. They signed Trevor Siemian.
Problem solved.
Which is great. You have another guy who can't do it. But he's an upgrade over Zach Wilson. Zach Wilson is literally the worst quarterback in the NFL.
Yeah, I don't know. And they're still, they obviously got Simeon, but what the hell? Why are you so dedicated to Zach Wilson?
I don't know.
You're stubborn about, look, you lost, dude. You lost Zach Wilson. That wasn't a good pick. Move off and move on.
Yeah. This is not in my news, but I actually just, when you said that, I thought of it. The Brain Trust in San Francisco, which is Kyle Shanahan and John Lynch.
Sir John Lynch.
They obviously massively missed on that Trey Lance pick.
Big miss.
And then they got a contract extension. Do you have a problem with that?
No. Because they did so well everywhere else.
Yeah, they're winning.
Yeah, this is what happens when you win.
Yeah.
If you win and you miss a pick, okay, while we miss.
It's going to be interesting with them going forward, though, because they're facing some decisions here now because they've paid everyone a lot of money, and they really can't keeping guys. Like, they're going to start losing guys here.
Or some surprising cuts or surprising trades.
Their window is really, this year for sure, is their best chance going forward, unless they keep restocking the shelves. But
they need to start killing this NFL draft.
Absolutely.
Start killing it.
Moving on, last thing here in the news, J.C. Jackson. This guy is spiraling.
Yeah.
On the field and now off the field. He did not show up to his court hearing, and there's now warrant issues for his arrest.
Sheesh.
Jackson, who was made a healthy scratch, was supposed to appear in court for probation last Friday and didn't show up. This was for a criminal speeding charge back in 2021.
Go for a speeding ticket, bro?
For a speeding ticket.
Just go there and pay the fine.
Criminal speeding, so it was like way over.
Just go pay it.
I don't think it's that. I think it's a show up to court. I think he's actually facing
Either way, go show up, man.
Yeah. Jackson recently, last year, signed a 5-year, $82 million contract.
If you're wondering why the Chargers aren't where they're supposed to be, it's because they spent money on this guy.
Yeah. Imagine who else you could have spent money on.
You wasted resources on the guy who sucks for you and is wasting your money and not responsible enough to be a grown-up and go to court when you are criminally speeding, whatever that means. Was that over 100 or something?
I don't know what it is or where it was done.
Yeah, where it was. Yeah, like either way, as a Chargers fan, you're frustrated, and then this is a little cherry on top. I mean, you won Sunday, but still, like this.
You got to think too. I mean, he's a multi-millionaire. You don't even have to drive yourself.
Yeah,
just literally call your driver. They pick me up at the front, take me to court.
Yep,
he'll take you. Probably pick up lunch
for
for you on the way.
Call freaking Uber. Well,
he's not taking an Uber, but he has a personal driver. Even easier than Uber.
Yeah,
literally just text your driver.
Yeah, this sucks. I was a fan of his in New England, and this adds to the thing where when New England quarterbacks leave, they don't tend to get better.
Yeah. Okay, that's the news, of course, brought to you by 818 Brewing. We're going to take a quick break, and then Angels Heavenly Top 10 version 4.0. We'll be right back. Okay, we are back, and we are back with Angels Heavenly Top 10. This list has changed quite a bit. I think there's some changes coming up here, so let's get into it. Angels Heavenly Top 10 version 4.0.
Angels Heavenly 10.
Angels Heavenly 10 brought to you by nobody. Here we go. At number 10, the Detroit Lions. Grit, grit. This team is gritty. It's solid. It's playing well. And big game against Green Bay this week. This will decide the big fate of how high they climb up this list. As of right now, they're the 10th best team in the NFL. At number 9, we have the Seattle Seahawks. They move up one spot with a big win over Carolina, which they should have won. And they're only gonna get healthier. They're out a lot of guys. I think that Jamal Adams is a big deal to this team and the system that they run in that Cam Chancellor kind of role.
Yeah,
big ad for that defense. And at number 8, the Ravens. Look, they lost this week. Little hiccup. They'll be fine. They're very, very hurt. They're very banged up. I still love this team. I still love Lamar Jackson. And this should be a team who's looking for Jonathan Taylor because that running back room is not giving them anything.
Oof.
Yes. At number 7, they won Monday night. The Cincinnati Bengals.
Ugh.
As long as Joe Burrow plays, he's not leaving the top 10.
Your favorite child.
Yes. They won. What do we always say? Winning speaks louder than anything else.
Okay.
Winning matters, and they won. They are 1-2, still in this division. And then also we were reminded very, very, very heavily why Ja'Marr Chase is always thought of as one of the best playmakers. Killed it Monday night.
Stud.
Defense looks great. At number 7 is the Bengals. At number 6, the Dallas Cowboys. I know they lost to the Cardinals. Okay, let's not overreact. They're still one of the better defenses in the league. They'll need to do some stuff on defense about that Diggs being gone. Still love this team. Dak needs to play better in order for them to be in top 3, top 4 of this list. So they are here at number 6. And at number 5, I'm sorry for doubting this. I wasn't aware of your game. Buffalo Bills at number 5. If Josh Allen keeps playing like this, where he's calculated, where he's calm, and he has moments where he could be loosey-goosey, wild child with it. And this defense just reminded us. 9 sacks and 4 picks later, they can be elite too.
Put a whooping on the Commanders.
At number 4, the Philadelphia Eagles. This offense is not going yet, and they're 3-0.
Yes, sir.
That matters. I don't care how bad it looks. I don't care how rumbly-tumbly it looks. They're winning, and this defense and offensive line, elite.
They're running the ball.
The best combo defense offensive line probably in the league.
Yes.
This team is fantastic. They're deep at both sides. Love this team. At number 3, you can't score 70 points and not get into the top 3. The Miami Dolphins. At number 3. Coach of the year is coming to Mike McDaniel, and MVP might be coming to Tua Tagovailoa because this team is on fire. Maybe Tyreek Hill. Maybe this whole team deserves MVPs.
Team is on fire.
70-20, beat the Sean Payton-led Denver Broncos, humiliated them.
Spanking.
And there's room to grow here too. So they're not even fully healthy yet.
Right.
They miss Waddle and miss Jalen Ramsey. Room to grow. At number 2, this team is just impressive. The San Francisco 49ers, the faithful. They are awesome to watch. They're exciting on both sides of the ball. Bosa is showing why they paid him so much and why he needed to hold out to get this contract. He's fantastic. Brock Purdy just leading the charge offensively. CMC might be his best year of his career, if you could believe it. And at number Juan, the best team in the league, the Kansas City Chiefs.
And now they got Taylor Swift.
Now they have Taylor Swift.
Holy crap.
Until you stop Mahomes and Kelsey and Chris Jones from playing, I don't care who wins. I don't care if the Dolphins have put up 70 points. The best team in the league is still the Kansas City Chiefs at 2-1. At number 1 on my list of Angel Heavenly Top 10, the Chiefs.
That is version 4.0 of Angels Heavenly Top 10. And you think about the Chiefs, too. We talked about the impact Chris Jones has on this defense.
Look at the impact.
I mean, I knew it would because on paper it just makes sense. But then you watch it and you're just, this guy is amazing. Why they're not paying him long term, I don't get it. Maybe they can't. I don't know. Maybe I literally don't get it. But that's the top 10 list. A lot of movement there. We'll see who fell out of your top 10 list.
Is actually the Jacksonville Jaguars.
The Jags. Oof, yeah. Let's talk about that first. The Jags are struggling.
Yeah, they're real in here. I think that loss from the Chiefs affected them more than we thought. They lost to the Texans, which should not be beating them.
Yeah, and we'll own it because we were very high on the Jags. We thought the jump was coming.
And Trevor Lawrence,
specifically because of Trevor Lawrence.
Yep.
And so far it hasn't looked good. Now, slow start last year.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe it's a slow starting team. It's still a very talented roster. I still believe in Trevor Lawrence as an elite prospect in this league. But I think you're right to drop him out because they're not playing like a top 10 team in the NFL right now.
Also, the Browns and Jaguars are hovering around this top 10.
Yeah.
Browns won, obviously, against the Titans. The best game of Watson's Browns career was on Sunday.
Maybe he's just overthinking like the superstar next to him and just it was too much for him.
Yeah.
And he needs to be the guy. I don't know. Maybe.
We'll see if he can keep this up. They will in this top 10, yeah.
Watson looked really good on Sunday. Okay, let's move down the list here. Okay. 49ers at number 2, 3-0. They just keep winning. They look good. They're winning for the most part, except for that Rams game, impressively.
Yeah.
And they just, that offense looks like when I was watching Colorado, Oregon, and that first drive for Oregon, when they were just kind of doing whatever they want, it looked like that. Like, okay, this offense is at a place where they're just going to do what they want, and there's nothing you can really do about it. Purdy wasn't – no one talks about Purdy's miscues because they just keep winning. He had some misses in that game.
He's just leading them. Don't have to impress it. Just lead them.
But my thing is when he is not able to just throw a screen Debo or whatever, and he has to make a throw, is he going to be able to make that throw?
Playoffs
we'll see.
will be different, yeah.
Dolphins at number 3 because they went 70 points. This is my first note I have for you. They jumped the Eagles. Mm-hmm. Now, what I want to ask is, so 70 points is good enough for them to jump the Eagles. Why is it not good enough for them to jump the Niners as well then?
Because the Niners also blew out the team that they played, and they also looked very good. And I like the Niners defense more than I like the Dolphins defense.
Eagles blew out as well.
No, but I think the offense, for them jumping the Eagles, the offense doesn't look two different tiers right now. Obviously, Eagles are very capable of being the Dolphins tier.
Right.
I just think this is the best offense in football, and the Eagles don't have the best of anything yet. As far as like offense or defense, I'm saying they're not the best offense or the best defense. They have a good line, and they're just surviving, being okay.
See now. So that's why this is what I thought. You have an underlying disrespect for my boys.
No, I'm just saying the Dolphins are rolling right now, and the Eagles are winning right now. There's a difference. When they're rolling, you're like top of the league. Everyone.
Okay.
Yeah.
This is why I flinched earlier when you were saying your top 10. You said the Bengals won, and winning means more than anything. And the Eagles are 3-0. Not only are they 3-0, in the last 21 regular season starts, they're 20-1.
The Dolphins are 3-0 too.
They just keep winning. I'm saying they just keep winning as well, and they keep moving down your list. The Niners jumped them last week. Now the Dolphins jump them. I don't really.
Once the offense gets going,
they're winning games. It's going enough to win games. It's going enough to mostly.
Think I struck a nerve here with you.
Yeah, because they're beating teams. Not only are they beating teams, but they're beating teams easily.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. And
they're moving down your list.
I'm not saying that these are all A+ teams. Just ranking them in the way that
I'll say Eagles are better than the Dolphins. Eagles are also better than the Niners in my list. But this is your list. I'm just saying what I would disagree with. We'll see. But yeah, Dolphins 49ers also 3-0. So we'll see. I don't know. Bills, I love that you're showing some respect. I love it. I love that you're owning your own miscues and you're back on the train here.
If this defense plays like that, I will look. Defense wins championships.
Yeah.
If they can, here's how they win a Super Bowl.
Oh.
Here's how they win a Super Bowl.
How?
If that defense sneaks in the top 5 and plays like this, there's no reason why they shouldn't win it.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Yeah.
If it's they're offensively, Josh Allen's gonna have his up and down games. But if he keeps this thing where be good for 3 quarters,
yeah,
and be wild for the 4th,
right?
Just get them to the 4th, and because like you said earlier, I think it was like last week's show, part of his game is being wild, is being not reckless, is being
it's the best thing about him. It's the worst thing about him.
Yeah, so you just let that go at times, but sometimes some quarters, play safe. You're talented enough to just play it safe, take the easy pass, run out of bounds, which he doesn't really do a lot, but still,
right?
This team, that number 5 seems like a solid spot for them.
Yeah, I tell you a team that I'm worried about on your list, and not that I don't like where they are on your list, but I'm worried about the Ravens.
Okay,
I don't think they're playing that well. They're racking up the injuries.
Yes.
Cal Hamilton played very well.
Yeah.
But they're racking up the injuries. They did sign Cal Van Noy. I don't know if you saw that. That came in.
Yeah.
So they add some help there on the pass rush. Their running game.
They need a running game.
Is almost non-existent.
Justice Hill
he missed,
hurt,
right?
and then Edwards missed too. They should be in the Jonathan Taylor. They should be in that sweepstakes. They need another weapon on this offense.
So all it took to get Cam Akers was a swap of 6th and 7th round picks in 2 years.
Yeah.
Why not do that?
They should have done that. They should have for sure done that instead of getting Melvin Gordon.
Yeah.
Some carries here. There's still guys out there. You can still sign Fournette. He's still out there. You could still trade for a couple guys. It's very obvious the Colts and the Jonathan Taylor thing should not be out of the question for this Baltimore Ravens team. They need a running back. And also this obviously needs something that they need a baseline where they could run the ball at least.
There's a lot of people who believe that the Colts just are not going to trade Jonathan Taylor. They're dug in, and they're going to play hardball here.
I don't believe that.
So, I don't believe it either, but we'll see. I mean, there are idiots out there.
Yeah.
That's a real thing.
Yeah.
I have 2 more notes on your list here. The Cowboys.
Okay.
The Cowboys lost to the Cardinals, and where were they last week?
5-6.
So they dropped 1 spot after losing to the Cardinals.
Yeah.
In the same week that they also lose Trayvon Diggs. So a loss to Trayvon Diggs, a loss to the Cardinals, and they move 1 spot. Explain yourself.
I still like this team is still talented. It's still good. I think they're bounce back from this game. I think this is just a hiccup. This is a classic trap game. They might come out next. I don't know who they're playing next week or this week, but they'll. It's just me not worrying about them.
This is just, to me, this is just classic Cowboys.
This is what the Cowboys do. Like, I'm not saying I think they'll win the Super Bowl, but I'm saying in the regular season they have these games where they just Cowboys.
And that's not even me being an Eagles fan. Like,
yeah, no, it's
this is so their characteristic that you called it out. Like, oh, this is the type of game the Cowboys lose.
Yeah.
They'll go in the Cardinals and they'll lose to Josh Dobbs, who's now trolling them on Twitter hilariously.
Yeah, it's just what they do, and it's not. I've always said they've always been talented. There's always a good roster. It's always, but this is
So let's get a little bit more. So that's the big narrative for the Cowboys, though. Losing Trayvon Diggs, that's going to hurt them going forward.
Yeah, it hurts.
I think that's going to hurt their. Sorry, I cut you off. A ceiling of their defense more than I thought before. But
that's what I was saying.
Okay,
yeah. It's the playmaking ability of Diggs, which you lose in those big playoff games, in those away games in the playoffs where you need some juice, you need some momentum going your way. A Diggs pick tends to do that. Any kind of turnover, really. This sucks. I hate seeing Diggs out. Like, I think when he got in the league, he got this reputation of being a lockdown cover corner. That's not what he is. He can do that.
Went there on Hard Knocks that year too.
Yeah. And then he kind of had this thing where like people hated him,
right?
But then you realize, oh, I know what he is. He's just he's a take a chance corner.
Marcus Peters.
Yeah. Asante Samuel is the. Yeah. So losing that, they trade for some. Maybe they just believe that in-house guys. But losing that is a big deal.
Another thing I think we should point out with them is their defense has covered, like with other teams, like the Eagles' defensive line has covered a lot of mistakes or injuries in the backfield or in the defensive backfield. The Eagles' offensive line has covered mistakes at quarterback and figuring some stuff out at running back. With the Cowboys, that defense has been so dominant to start the year that I think we're overlooking Dak has a weapons problem. Yeah. Brandon Cooks is not what he once was anymore, what we had hoped that he was. Gallup, he just hasn't been the same since the injury.
Yeah.
No more Noah Brown, no more of that deep receiver core that they had last year. Those two guys aren't producing. Pollard's been great, and CeeDee Lamb's been great. Those tight ends, none of them are Dalton Schultz so far. I think eventually this team is going to make a play at receiver.
You know what this team should go get?
Mike Evans.
Broncos fan. They should go get Jerry.
Well, Jerry, that's the big move. That's the big move. Yeah.
Yeah, that's you look at if the Broncos are ready to tank and they're ready to trade Judy, he should be on a lot of these teams' radars. The Bills too.
As like a rental.
As a rental. Well, no, he has next year is his last year.
Okay, so 2-year rental.
So it's a 2-year guy
with a chance to sign him.
Yeah. And as a Bronco fan, he's great. Never had 1,000 yards.
Yeah.
He's talented. So you're just saying, let's take a chance on this guy. Take a chance on Trey Lance. Take a chance on Jerry Jeudy. Cowboys should go get Jerry Jeudy.
They have a weapons problem for sure.
Yeah.
And I could see them making a play for a tight end. I hope it's not Zach Ertz because that'd be really weird to see.
Oh, man. That's a good one, though.
Yeah, it is. It'd be a perfect fit for them. And then a receiver. And there should be a couple of receivers available. Maybe even a T. Higgins. Wowza. It's also been floated out there. Kyle Pitts.
That'd
be very interesting.
Yeah.
I think they have a weapons problem, and I really want to see them going forward here.
They're also missing Zeke. Whether they tell you or not, they need the other guy next to Pollard.
Yeah, it's not
not the same.
It's not the same. Pollard is really good.
Yeah.
I mean, really, really good. But that 1-2 punch that they had last year was just really worked.
Dynamic, yeah.
And so we'll see. Bengals, I don't mind it. I can't believe they played the way they played, and they're at number 7. But I look at the teams behind them, and I don't know who I would jump them with. The other team I want to talk about is the Detroit Lions. And let me tell you right now, I am all in on the Detroit Lions. So pumped for Thursday night's game.
They're going to be awesome.
Let me tell you something about the Lions. Not only did this offense looks really good, right? Goff, listen, it's time to understand that Goff has turned his career around.
Yes.
Goff is a guy again.
Even more so than when he was on the Rams.
Yeah. No, he's working. He's just working so well with this offense, so well with the offensive coordinator. Interesting if the offensive coordinator leaves. But he's working so well with this, and the offense gets a lot of attention. Laporta, big game.
I think he broke the record for most receptions from a rookie tight end ever.
He looked really good.
Sam Laporta.
Amon-Ra St. Brown is Amon-Ra St. Brown. They're going to get Jameson Williams back. This offense is clicking. And, of course, I think they're getting Montgomery back as well.
Yeah.
But where people are not talking about, this team, let me talk about the top 3 in yards rushing yards allowed. Number 1, the 49ers, elite defense.
Elite defense.
Number 2, Philadelphia Eagles, elite defensive line. Number 3, the Detroit Lions.
Like I said in my description, they're just gritty.
They're playing defense now.
They don't care.
Holy crap.
It's such a reflection of the head coach.
Yeah.
Head coach is this big tough guy, and now their teams end up being these bunch of tough guys who don't really care who they're playing.
Yeah.
We're gonna play hard. We're gonna play tough.
I tell you right now, too, the Lions are going to beat the Packers. I know we're not doing picks yet, but I'm going to find somewhere to put my money and bet on the Lions because they're going to win this game.
I know we're picking that next. I'm still up and down on who I want to go with
here.
here.
Am. They're getting some guys back. Returning to practice this week. Taylor Decker.
Big deal.
David Montgomery.
Big deal.
Kirby Joseph. Emmanuel Mosley. All coming back to practice, all for this Packer game. Packers are also bringing some guys back.
A lot of guys back. Christian Watson.
Yeah.
Christian Watson, Bakhtiari.
Aaron Jones.
Yeah, a lot of this game's
So these teams will be at full power, both of them, and I think the Lions are going to smack them.
Also, going back to Angels top 10, if the Packers keep rolling here,
Yeah.
Packers keep playing well,
Absolutely.
Jordan Love's the real deal.
Yeah, you know what? That just reminds me. Before we came to this season, we talked about the NFC North, and we literally said we don't even know how to do this because half of these teams can suck and half of these teams can be really good. And here we are. The Bears are
0-3 in the wasteland.
0-3 and the dumpster fire of all dumpster fires.
Both on the field, in the front office.
Yeah. Justin Fields calling out the coaching. Justin Fields apologizing for calling out the coaching.
People stealing stuff from Soldier Field.
Yeah, $100,000 stuff stolen from Soldier Field.
Alan Williams doing whatever the hell he did.
Apparently, they stole the playbook because they sucked the next day.
I don't know what
Alan Williams, I don't know what happened to him.
Mystery.
He's now a member of the Illuminati, or is now in, what's the triangle where everything disappears in the Caribbean?
The
Bermuda Square. That's the triangle.
The Bermuda Triangle. Yeah. Bermuda Square. You said that what's the triangle? Whatever. Yeah. Who knows where that guy is?
Yeah,
Shout out
so
to
the Bears are a mess. The Vikings are 0-3.
Yeah.
And yet we have the teams that have risen, the Packers, and now the Detroit Lions, who I'm all in with. I'm very, very excited about them. I hope if they beat the Packers this week, I hope to see them make a sizable leap in your top 10.
They're at number 10 right now. The Seattle and the Ravens are good teams too. So this is a lot of good teams, a lot of better teams in the NFC than we thought.
Yeah.
So it's
this is a great list. Very excited about it.
Shout out to the 313.
Yes. As
my boy Eminem said.
B Rabbit.
B Rabbit.
As B Rabbit once said. I used to have that drop. I don't have it anymore. That is Angels Heavenly Top 10 version 4.0. A lot of movement. A lot of teams here starting to establish themselves as the top tier. I think that top 4 is your top tier, right?
Yeah, that's probably.
And then what would you call your next tier? 5 through?
It's 5 through 7.
So the Bengals are still somehow there. Not a freaking chance.
5 through 7 was like they're still missing something.
You're on crack.
I don't care.
You're on crack.
I love crack.
God. On that note, we're going to take a quick break and then get into a Thursday night preview. Lions versus Packers.
Wow.
Goff versus Love.
Awesome.
Be right back. Okay, we are back with a Thursday night game preview. Thursday night's matchup is the Lions and the Packers. I believe this game is in Detroit.
Woo!
And the Lions are favored by 1 point only. Lions -1 against the Packers. Both teams are 2-1. Both teams on the top of the division. And the over-under is set at 45 points. First of all, you got over-under. 45 points.
Sheesh. I think an over.
It's interesting, right?
Yeah. This is a true pick 'em. 1 point's not like you're really confident in anyone winning.
Yeah. I was wrong. This game's in Lambeau.
It's in Lambeau. Okay.
Yeah, this game's in Green Bay.
A little different. But Goff plays well in
Lions favored in Green Bay.
What?
Hell yeah.
Oh, this is the twilight zone for Packer fans. Why are the Lions favored above us when we're 2-1? Whatever.
Yeah. Okay, so let's get first to injuries here because both teams are dealing with a number of injuries, and at the freaking moment, I can't find the injuries. Let me look it up real quick.
Okay.
I know Watson is supposed to play, and Aaron Jones is supposed to play.
Yeah.
I mean, so talk about just adding those two guys, what it's going to do to this offense.
Okay, well, adding Aaron Jones So week 1, he was there. He's probably their best offensive player outside of Jordan Love. He's the most. He can catch the ball. He can run the ball. Obviously, I'm so disappointed in AJ Dillon. They need enough. They need an explosive running back out of the backfield to put pressure off of Jordan Love, and that's exactly what Aaron Jones is. And Watson can stretch the field. They've been doing it makeshiftly with these other wideouts who aren't really, whatever. Watson's an elite athlete, 6'4", can run with anybody. Big deal for this Packers offense. And I think what's crazy, they're 2-1. Their offense looks good, and they've never been fully healthy this season.
Okay, so this is Monday's practice report, which is a little outdated. But on Monday's practice, we had a lot of DNPs, which is not good. J.R. Alexander is one of them.
Well, it's an estimated DNP because they didn't have practice.
Right.
On Monday. Yeah.
Right. If they did have practice, these guys wouldn't have played. J.R. Alexander, David Bakhtiari, Devondre Campbell, Rashawn Gary was limited. Elton Jenkins did not practice. Aaron Jones, Zach Tom, and Christian Watson. I think a lot of those guys will play.
Yeah.
I think the biggest question mark to me, and very, very needed, is David Bakhtiari.
Yeah.
That's a big deal.
Yeah, they need to work on the Hutchinson problem that they're going to have Thursday night.
Absolutely. And if David Bakhtiari doesn't play, look out. Because Jordan Love has not had an easy road here, but he hasn't faced a defense so far like the Lions. I think the Falcons were pretty tough.
Saints are good.
Saints are pretty tough, but I think the Lions are playing on another level.
Oh, okay.
They will not be able to run the ball, I think.
I mean, and if they're out, Elton Jenkins as well, their top 2 linemen being out against the Lions is tough. Because Elton Jenkins, I don't know what his status is yet. I think Watson will play, and Jair's needed. They need Jair to have one of those games where he shuts down Amon-Ra.
Right.
I don't know if he's done it in his career or what the career line is, them two against each other, but that's a big deal.
I can't find an injury report for today, for Wednesday.
Okay, well,
maybe it's not out yet.
Yeah.
As far as the Lions, Taylor Decker, I read the list a little while ago, but I'll read it again. A number of guys returning to practice and most likely going to play, maybe even pray for a win. On Thursday, Taylor Decker. They haven't had him, I think, all year.
He's a great tackle, left tackle. Yeah.
They're going to need him too. Rashawn Gary's there on the Packers side. David Montgomery rejoining this backfield. Jahmyr Gibbs hasn't been Bijan Robinson.
No.
We'll say that. He's been okay. He's been good.
Yeah, he hasn't been what we thought yet.
Yeah, he looks like a guy who needs another guy there.
Yeah.
Luckily, they have another guy.
A little bit like what we say with who did we say earlier that was like that?
Pollard.
Like Pollard. Yeah. Like good alone, but great with another guy.
Yeah. And then getting Kirby Joseph back and Emmanuel Mosley just helps with raising the overall floor of this team and the defense especially. Yeah. Let's do it from this angle here. The Lions need to win in what area to come up with a victory here?
Secondary. They need the secondary is. It's not like there's elite guys back there.
Yeah,
and it's not like they haven't been exposed, but they need to play well against this Packers team, which has a bunch of rookies, a bunch of second-year guys who aren't really known yet, but are still being productive and are still getting the job done. Romeo Doubs mainly. I think it's on the secondary. It's also on the D-line of the Lions, setting the tone as far as physicality. If they can kind of punch them in the mouth early on and kind of shock them, they might get a good lead and maybe hold off that Packers run.
I think David Montgomery is a very important player in this game.
Yeah, probably.
Just to, that it's a divisional game, and you got Coach Campbell over there wanting to set a tone.
Yeah.
And so I think David Montgomery is going to get the first 5 touches. I mean, they're just going to run the ball right at him to start the game. And I think the Packers defense is going to get a steady dose of that. On the Lions side, Amon-Ra St. Brown, J. Alexander. That's a tough matchup for the Lions.
Yeah.
This is a game where they can really use Jameson Williams, because if you get a guy taken away like that, which J. Alexander could certainly do.
Because you had the Justin Jefferson.
Yeah, he can certainly do that.
Yes,
especially in a big game, he seems to get up for these.
Yeah.
You can really use another guy. Right now, they're going to have to rely on the rookie tight end.
Or the Josh Reynolds or the Marvin Jones. They need another playmaker to step up tomorrow night for sure.
Yeah.
And Rasul Douglas, their other corner, is not like some kind of scrub.
He's not a pushover. Yeah. That's why I don't have a lot of faith in those Josh Reynolds, and because they have another really good cornerback on the other side.
Yeah.
And just an overall good secondary.
Yeah.
Let's talk about the Packers offense. Okay, we touched briefly. They got some guys coming back. You talked about the impact Watson and Aaron Jones would have, but this game is on Jordan Love.
I love Jordan Love.
Yeah, love that.
Yeah, love that. Yeah,
This is a big test for him because yes, he's faced good defenses, but this is a divisional.
It's always different divisional games.
Yeah, divisional game.
Yeah.
They know you're very familiar with your personnel. Jordan Love may be new, but it's pretty much the same team around him.
He's been in the building, too, for the last 2 years. He knows
Right.
these games, how tough they are, how
He was
physical they can get.
also present for the last time these two teams matched up, and the Lions were eliminating the Packers from playoff contention.
Wow.
So there's some animosity probably built up here.
Yeah.
And this, like we spoke of earlier, this Lions defense is not what it used to be. And Love, I think they're having a hard time running the ball. If fantasy-wise, I am not playing A.J. Dillon in any sense.
No, he's been so disappointing.
Yeah, he's having a hard time with regular defenses. This defense, I don't think he runs the ball. Aaron Jones here could be a very big factor for the Packers in making stuff out of nothing.
Yeah.
Swings, screens.
If he's not fully healthy, I would limit his rushes and give him a lot of touches, like screens, swing outs, design when he wings out and it's a bubble screen. I would do a lot of that to Aaron Jones early, try to get the ball rolling for Jordan Love so we can get, and if Watts comes back, it's going to change this whole outlook of this team. He opens up the field because he's just a burner.
Yeah.
So if he can stretch the field out and let Dobbs and rookie tight end Lucas Musgrave kind of work kind of like the middle area and let Love kind of just pick where he wants, big deal if Watson plays.
So let's do a couple of positional who's better.
Okay.
I guess we'll call it like that. And we'll do direct matchups. Like Packers offensive line, Lions defensive line. Who do you see getting the better of which, assuming everyone plays?
If Bakhtiari plays, it's Packers.
Right. They got it. If Bakhtiari and Allen Jenkins.
Yeah. Bakhtiari and Allen Jenkins play, it's Packers easily. If they don't play, it's Lions.
Okay.
Even though the Packers backups have played pretty well.
Because they played so much.
That's what they do. In the Packers, they just draft good linemen.
Yeah.
So that's what they've been doing for a long time. But yeah, it's all dependent on who plays, who doesn't. But if they're healthy, Packers.
Now flip that. There's not a lot of injury news on the Lions side, offensive line, except for Decker.
Yeah.
But he's most likely going to play.
Packers
Packers are healthy.
I think their guard is banged up too.
Is he? Okay, so
I can never say his last name. That guy.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Who do you see having the advantage there? Lions O-line, Packers D-line. Very, very good D-line.
It's a wash.
Yeah.
I love Rashad Gary. I love Kenny Clark, but you know what? I'm gonna go with Packers D line.
Okay.
Kenny Clark and Gary are one of the underrated duos in the league as far as pass rush. Preston Smith, other side, still doing what he.
Yeah.
Off football top, he looks out of shape all the time. His belly hangs up, but still, either way, I'll take the Packers D line here. And it's probably everyone else would pick. Probably you would pick the Lions O line, right?
I think I would.
Okay.
I think the Lions O-line, I think when we saw them in the opening week against the Chiefs and how good they ran the ball and just took it at them, I think we see the same game plan and the same success.
Okay.
As far as the secondary against Jared Goff and his current weapons, that I think is the pivotal matchup besides the Packers run game.
If you have to, it starts and ends with Amon-Ra. Shut down Amon-Ra. He's the chain mover. He's the heart and soul of his offense. Yeah, he has to win for them to win.
Yeah,
which means he has to beat Jair Alexander on the 1-on-1s, and you have to let Jair Alexander travel, meaning in the slot,
right?
In whatever packages that they can hide him in.
Yeah,
or try to
In that sense too, flip that. I think Amon-Ra needs to travel. They need to give him the ball in creative ways.
Yeah,
swings, quick, just throw it out to him.
Yeah.
So just constantly be looking to get the ball to Amon-Ra.
But they do need a big game from one of the other wideouts besides Amon. They need something.
Yeah.
Someone else have a big game, whether that be Laporta, whether it be one of the wideouts.
Yeah, I think it's important too because I think they're going to try to run the ball, and to avoid the Amon-Ra is not going to stretch the field. So if all you have is Amon-Ra, and you're not even throwing to Reynolds, and you're not throwing to Marvin Jones, they're going to drop that safety. I think it's Darnell Savage who's very good in the box, and that's going to get significantly tougher for Gibbs and Montgomery.
This is the game where you need to go show off your first round pick and Jamar Gibbs.
Yeah, you need them.
This is the game where you're like, this is why we got you. For these games where we need playmakers, we need you to be a difference maker here.
Right.
have a great. I wouldn't give him if Montgomery plays. Don't give him a lot of time. Give him a lot of screens, a lot of bubble. Be creative with him.
Yeah, and have him in the game at the same time.
Yeah.
You don't have incredible talent receivers, so get both these guys in the field.
Yeah. This is where you got to use every playmaker that you can. For these divisional games, it's very tough to get scores. If they do, it's going to be because Gibbs has a big game or someone else has a big game.
I wonder if the Packers are going to look at how they used Laporta last game and game plan around him in any way, or just go with.
I mean, you have to. He's a factor for them. You have to game plan around.
You think he's there already?
No, I'm just saying for this team, you need to factor for him. He's doing very, very well.
Well, like I mean, like yeah, they're gonna obviously talk about him and have a guy to cover him.
Yeah.
But are you rolling coverage to him? Are you doubling him?
No.
In that sense, are you giving him that much attention?
No, I think what you do with Laporta is you just don't give anything after the catch.
Yeah, I'm not sure what safety of the Packers ends up in coverage more on Laporta or a linebacker. I guess that could be an option too. But him or Jahmyr Gibbs. Interesting enough, they're two rookies.
Yeah.
They need a lot from them right away in their first divisional matchup with the Packers.
Yeah, they do.
Which is a good way to win over your fan base.
Yeah, this game is going to be so fun because it's such a good fan base on both sides. The Lions are just fun because they're the Lions being good. And the Packers are always Packers. They're just going to be good. And Jordan Love is playing great.
Yeah.
He's proving that, the whole draft the quarterback and sit and wait on him actually still works.
That very much works.
No one doesn't do that anymore because they don't have patience, but the Packers did, and it's paying off.
Yeah. That is the Thursday Night Football
Wait, do we pick them?
preview. We're going to pick them now.
Oh, boy.
I'll start us off. Yeah, I'll start us off. I already said it. I'm picking the Lions here in a very, very good game. But I think Jared Goff's clicking. This defense is going to, I think, show up and show out because defense travels, and they're on the road in Green Bay. And this is the beginning of, I think, the Lions making a little bit of a run here in the NFC North.
I'm picking the Green Bay Packers.
Yeah. I mean, they're at home. I get it.
I'm rolling with the hot team. I'm rolling with the I'm wrong. It's just a gut feeling. It's a 1-point favorite by the Lions, so it's not really like some crazy thing to think the Packers might win.
Yeah.
I will with the Packers here. I think they're gonna come in and show off Jordan Love a little bit. If Watson plays, go show off your shiny new toy.
Yeah.
Even though it's not really a new toy, but still, your new quarterback.
Okay, so you got Packers. I got
Lions.
We'll see. Should be a good one. That is a Thursday night football preview, and that's pretty much all we got today. It is a couple of national days we wanted to share.
Yeah.
Today's National Shamu the Whale Day.
Shout out to Shamu. Is he still alive?
That's so offensive to.
I don't know if he's alive because they could replace him with a new Shamu.
Yeah, I think they still call the show at the SeaWorld the Shamu Show.
Uh-huh.
And I don't think Shamu's been there for a very, very long time. Yeah, but to answer your question, I don't think Shamu's alive.
Probably one of those things where they just rotate Shamus.
Should I look that up? Is that worth looking up?
I mean, they all look the same.
I'm gonna look it up.
I'm sure animal people are like, they not look the same. They have their... Okay, chill. They all look the same.
Okay, I have a oh god, yeah,
A Shamu update.
yeah. So in 1971, at just 9 years old, Shamu died at SeaWorld.
He died at 71.
Yep, he died of a UTI and got blood poisoning because of it.
I didn't know he was that old. I thought I was like, okay.
In the ocean, Shamu could have lived to be 80 years old, and in captivity, lived to be 9. So we won't. I don't know. So to answer your question, no, Shamu's dead for about 50 years now.
R.I.P. Shamu. I didn't know that. Sorry, buddy.
Yeah. So memory of Shamu. Go pet a fish.
Yeah.
And
Go pet a fish.
yeah. Also, National Pancake Day, and I brought that one up because I want to know, where are you with pancakes for any meal?
For any meal?
Any meal.
I'm not doing it for lunch. It's a hot day with some pancakes and sound.
Well, I'm saying, yeah, that's a different circumstance. It's a hot day. But, just a regular day. You're inside.
I don't think pancakes are transferable to lunch and dinner. They're more of a breakfast only kind of thing.
You're out of your mind. Pancakes and all breakfast items.
No, breakfast is.
Pancakes are absolutely part of that.
Like a breakfast, like eggs, bacon, toast.
You're not having pancakes with that at dinner?
No.
You're wild.
I mean,
let us know in the chat if you're okay with pancakes for lunch or dinner.
That's crazy. Okay.
Definitely not a healthy thing. Unless you get them protein pancakes.
Yeah, those like fake ones aren't really anything. Yep.
Also, National Chimichanga Day.
I love me a good chimichanga.
Yeah,
Even though the best ones were in school. Those little like microwavable ones. I love those when I was a kid.
Yeah. chimichanga with some hot sauce. All day, every day, baby.
Maybe just have some Tums next to you.
That will work. Yeah, some Tums for sure.
Yep.
That is the show for today. Very excited about tomorrow night's game. Tomorrow night's game. Yeah, tomorrow night's game. Lions and Packers.
Oh, boy.
Enjoy that one. We will see you Friday with reaction to that show and much, much more, as well as a Game 4 preview. We'll see you Friday.
Bye.